should have planned out
cringing.
like a good intro of how to like intro in.
Start. Clap it out. Welcome. This is the Music Lens podcast with Alex Allegra
And Katie Fee.
First episode is hey, how's it going? Get to know us. What are we doing here? Why did we start this podcast? Why do we need another music podcast in the...
You were kind of the one who came up with it.
I started the idea. I want my full job to be music.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of ways to really kickstart our music careers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we have all this stuff. Why are we not using it more? I feel like there is not a space that I have seen of people that are like, what is the music industry? What is it? How does it operate? Kind of, I wanted to be all dramatic and be like, pulling away the curtain, tearing it down. But it's not like, we're not here to talk like celebrity stories or anything like that. Like there's plenty of it's not like the gossip of the music industry. Plus we're two small independent music artists that
are not on the bad side
of the
industry.
No, and we're not that far along
in
the industry enough that I feel like we even really have those kinds of stories. Like we have stories, but not ones that are like something needs to be done about this. I mean, there are some things in the industry that we're here to talk about and bring some awareness to, as you'll see further down the road. But we thought we'd give you a fun episode for the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
And just dive into who we are as artists, kind of our journeys, and where we are today in the musical landscape of things. And that's about it. Yeah, and we're both very introverted and shy. And that was my other thing was I was like, why not bring some light to the people that are like, I don't know. And I'm so nervous and I'm so shy. And like, how do I navigate this? But it's also just for the casual music fans that are like, just want a good story about the music industry. I feel like people love industry people talking just about industry things.
It's some inside, but it's just from the inside from the independent.
Yeah,
I guess the lens of the independent artist.
Hence the
lens. Music Lens podcast.
Yeah. We're big fans of other podcasts like Ladies and Tangents, and we wanted to take a more casual approach that they also take with our podcast. We are not copying them. We love them, but we are not copying them.
Inspired by them.
And so we were like, it doesn't have to be like this big serious thing. And while I do love podcasts like that, and I think Katie listens to a lot more podcasts, that I'm a big conspiracy podcast person, but like the fun side of it. And ghost stories. I love a good ghost story. But like the Lights Out podcast, it's one of my favorites. But you listen to more industry specific, and they're very serious. And we're not here to be super serious. We're here to have fun and share our opinions. And who we are.
And just we're professional, but we're not like professional in the sense of we work at the labels and things like that. So it's like more casual in that aspect.
I work in the industry.
You do work, but not at a label.
No, I work in social media marketing.
There's that. Yeah. So a lot of adjacent like things. The music industry has a lot of things.
It does. So. And that's why we're here too. We both went to Belmont. We were roommates. Why we didn't start this podcast years ago is honestly
it would have been so much easier if we were living together when we started it.
Yeah, we don't live together.
Now I have to drive 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay though. We love it. And we have this really cute little setup because this is my lovely little yellow couch that we love. And it's finally getting used.
We have fun back.
And we have fun posters. Yeah.
Yay.
So, and when I move out of this house and I have a real studio, it'll be even more fun.
Yeah.
Why?
But Alex, do you want to like maybe give your background about you as an artist?
Katie's gonna be the more professional one, and I'm here to just jibber jabber
because
that's
first.
And that's our relationship. Really, is just Alex talks a lot, and Katie is like
I interject occasionally.
Right sometimes. But I think that's also why I brought the idea to Katie because I know that we could sit down and have fun and talk because we're best friends and we've known each other for almost 10 years.
It's been 10. We met in 2016. Yeah, it's 2024.
Almost
it's
10
been 8 years.
Isn't that weird?
It'll be 8 years in
not gross in a sense that I don't like being with you all the time, but it's gross that we're that old.
Yeah. Aging.
Yeah. Katie and I met before college.
Yeah.
That's why we knew each other and that's why we're college roommates.
Which,
we met at a summer camp at Belmont.
Yes.
A singing camp. What was it? I saw.
I should have looked it up just for.
I think it was like
to explain this part.
Commercial. Oh, it was a commercial
something with commercial singing with the School of Music, because there was like an artist class and things like that, but then there's also choirs.
Yeah, we were in one of the choirs and stuff. Actually, I was one of my favorites, and I still think about our Dolly Parton song that we did. And I tried to get my school to do it, but because it was
Which one was it again?
The
was it the Clear Blue Morning?
Yes.
Because my school did that song, but I have bad memory.
Oh, but I loved it, and I was like, "Can we sing this in our a cappella female group?" But we couldn't get the rights to the music, the specific ones that they did, because it was like done by one of the professors.
So it was like, okay, our first tangent. I just remember like going to some sort of festival thing, like people from our choirs at school got to go to it, and we had to audition at that for the Dolly part, the solo in the song. And
I think you did tell me about that.
Yeah, and so like they liked me. I think they said good or something. I still didn't get it, but still they like verbally said something, and then this other girl told our choir director, "Oh yeah, they really liked me," and because she verbalized that when our choir at our school did it, she got the solo.
Oh.
I was in the trio for like the background part, so I still got like a feature, but I'm like, I want a Dolly's part.
Yeah, no, I loved that song.
It's fine.
That was when I started getting really into Dolly. I was really into country and everything back then too. So I got started. Your
background and everything.
Yeah, I got started in musical theater. I did that, for years and years. My story on my website is that I've been on stage since I was 3, which is true because I did dance recitals and I did tap and jazz and ballet and point and all and Broadway theater style dancing and singing, and I classically and musically theater trained in voice and acting and did that for years and years and years, acting classes and everything, and piano lessons and guitar lessons, and my whole life really does revolve around music, and I don't have a lot of other hobbies, which talks more into the mental health, and we'll get there about why that is not the greatest thing all the time, but I do love it. So it really is an outlet for me. And songwriting was more of an outlet, and I kept journals and books, and it was just like fun, and it was my release. And I always had it in my mind, like, I had planned a whole album when I was in like 5th grade, and I was like, I'm going to release this album first, and then I'm going to release this album, and I was going to audition for American Idol at 16 and do all that stuff. Well, I got to 16, and American Idol, I think, was done. I think they had stopped it during that time when I was 16.
I don't remember when that was. It ended.
But I was like, that was it. I didn't watch The Voice. X Factor wasn't a thing. So I was like, okay, so that's not the path that I'm taking. But then I got down, which was fine because I got to Nashville and I realized that you can just be a songwriter. And that was exciting for me. And I really wanted to, should I say the real reason I got into songwriting? So it was always there. Let me just say, it was always a thing. I did like a whole Taylor Swift level of like, I'm going to hide Easter eggs in all my albums before I even knew who Taylor Swift was. Like that was me. I did a whole concert in the basement with all my old dance costumes. Like I was performance ready from the time I was in middle school. I did musical theater. Anyways, this is probably a tangent-y story. I tend to do that. I have really bad ADHD, as you'll learn about me. Properly diagnosed ADHD.
This is part of the casualness.
Yeah, the casualness.
There will be random tangents at points. Okay. It's fine.
And I honestly, what pushed me to write a full song was I woke up one day and I really wanted to enter this contest because I really wanted to co-write with Charlie Worsham, who I had a huge songwriting crush on. And I had just seen him at a Hunter Hayes show and found out who he was and was like, this man is the best writer I have ever heard in my life. I need to write with this person. And NSAI was holding a contest that year and you could submit a song and the prizes were to win Charlie Worsham. I think it was around the same time.
I think that's a yearly thing. Yeah, that contest.
It
is.
And it's like I still enter
different judges and stuff.
But I was like, I need
the
to
winner
write
gets to
guy.
write with whoever the judge is at the time. Or there's more than one judge, but
there's like two different things.
Promote.
Yeah.
It's like write with this person this year.
Yeah,
so Charlie Worsham.
So I was like, I need to write with him. I woke up and was like, just spilled out a whole song. And I was like, oh my God, I've never finished a song. And I was like, actually, it's kind of good. And I showed it to my mom and she was like, oh wow, that's actually kind of good. And I was like, thanks. Oh God, do I even remember what the title was? I don't remember. Oh no. It's on my first EP, which is in the vault somewhere. I have CDs back at my mom's house. Anyways, I sent it, got pretty good feedback actually, got like good scores. They were like, this is actually really catchy and good. It just needs some maturing. And I was like, wow, which really pushed me to actually be a songwriter. And I was like, I always knew I wanted to play guitar because I saw Ali and AJ on Disney Channel. And I was like, that is badass. 2 females singing, songwriting, and playing guitar. I was like, that is badass. I need to be doing that. So I learned guitar then and really focused on like, they knew I was a songwriter. All my teachers at that point knew I was a songwriter. So they were like, okay, well, how do we use commercial stuff? How do we incorporate commercial style songwriting on piano, songwriting on guitar, singing with my voice teacher? She was really supportive, which she hasn't always been in the past with other people, but she was insanely supportive of me and I could not have asked for better people around me. And I did Mary Poppins was my last musical I did in high school, sophomore year, and then I said I'm done with this and I joined a band and the band fell apart. Actually, I just walked away from it, but they were very, very nice. And I was like, I need to do my own thing. And so I started doing solo projects. And then junior year, I went down to Belmont. And the second I got to Belmont, which Belmont was a big surprise, my mom had just Googled music schools because I was like, I'm going to Berkeley, obviously. That's how I Googled. And I found it. She was like, have you checked out this school? And I was like, it comes up in my search, but I figured it's just an ad. Like, I was like, I don't know what this place is. Berkeley. Oh, I recognize Berkeley. I'm going to Berkeley, obviously. And then I saw it and I was like, huh. And it was really pretty online. And then I flew down to Nashville. And the second I stepped off the plane, I was like, I'm home. Like, there was this gut feeling when I entered Nashville that I was like, you could just feel the inspiration. Like, you could feel the hard work. I don't know. It was so weird. And I get that feeling every time I enter the city, which is so weird. And every time I came back from breaks and through college and everything, I got asked to play the solo in one of the concerts there too, and I sang another original song and everyone was like, that was pretty good. And I played the Bluebird when I was here.
I was trying to think of what you were talking about, but I do remember that. I probably have the video somewhere on my laptop.
Actually. That's okay. Because I know what song I sang. And as much as I liked that song at the time,
pretty sure you had me like record it. And so I have it somewhere.
Oh Lord, I don't remember that. I blocked out a lot of anything before college really was very traumatic, and I have a lot of black spots in my memory now, but that's okay.
That's trauma.
That's called trauma.
That's on trauma.
Oh, not there.
Either way. My foot is falling asleep. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's all
cut
good.
that part out. Anyways. And then I wound up here and I'm 25 now and just trying to make it work. I write all the time. I've really pushed myself lately to write some really cool stuff, and I have the best friends, and you know, I'm not where I wanted to be, and that took a lot for me in the last couple of years to really keep going and really push myself. And I really thought I was going to have the whole Taylor Swift story and I wasn't even going to finish college, and that was always going to be my game plan. So when I got to the end of graduation, I really had to take a look and figure out how much I loved it, and I'm still here and I love it. And I'm going to love it.
That too is they're going to get to town and have something happen right away, and that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's okay.
I think of that with like Kelsey too, because Kelsey Ballerini went to Lipscomb for 1, maybe 2 years, and then got her deal and decided to drop out because she didn't really focus on both. And
like, okay, and I mean that happens.
Start in college and then get a deal, and then I'm done. But
my mom also was like, even if I got a deal, I wasn't allowed to quit college. Like, not in a bad, like, I love my mom, but no, she was like, you're going to finish a degree because you have your whole life to figure out that stuff.
Yeah.
So she wanted me to have a degree, which was fine. I was fine with that. I was, honestly. I'm happy I have my degree. Well, that's the other thing why we're here too, is that we have all this, this great knowledge that we got for him. We could share a little light on you guys, because and one of the episodes I really want to do is is college worth it for the music industry or
Right.
not?
Yeah, things
Or
like
just
that.
what are the options that are available? Because I think there are a lot of different programs, and I think when we went, Belmont was really the only program for that, and now a lot of schools have opened up a lot of things. Not that you shouldn't go to Belmont, because I did love Belmont, but
yeah,
this also is not sponsored by Belmont though at all. So, Katie,
yeah,
do you want to tell your story?
Okay. Also, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think of like if you wanted to finish and just like get to where you are now, as far as you have like 4 songs out now.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about all that.
About your music.
That's right. Yeah, I just released a song not too long ago on my birthday, a couple weeks ago from when we're recording this today, and when this will be released, because we're gonna
get this out
out pretty quickly.
That's the game plan.
Yes, and I released my first song pre-pandemic, so hot minute ago now.
Is that 2019?
Was it?
I
think so. I think it was 2019.
I know you released first, like out of the 2 of us, you put out first.
And last year I released a couple songs. And
2021.
2021.
Okay.
So it was post-COVID.
Right. So same year that I released for the first time, but you were February, so you were first.
Yeah.
For like
I tend to release stuff early in the year, and then yeah, it has been a pattern. But this one was just fun. My latest single is called "Boyfriend Bucket List," and
it's a fun time.
It is fun. It was a fun ride. We got I'll tangent. We got yelled at by one of my neighbors when I was living in an apartment because apparently we were too loud outside, and I was like, it's a Sunday, and like, I'm sorry, but like, also we're not doing it. She accused us though that I didn't live there. I was like, ma'am, I live right over here, because there's like picnic benches in my apartment complex, and I was just like, hey, do you want to go sit outside? It's really nice outside, me and my friends. And we were outside, and granted, I was cussing a lot, but this was also like not like a kids neighborhood. Like, it was people all my age or older, and like a lot of people like lived there for their retirement and stuff. It was like a very nice, and I do understand that it was supposed to be quiet because people just like were quiet, but also those walls were thick. Like, that was why it was so quiet. I could not hear anything in those apartments. It was quiet. But I think they were, my bet is that they had a window open. Yeah. And I was like, can you close your window? Because I was, but yeah, this lady was like, ma'am, do you live here? And I was like, yes. She's like, are you sure? It's like, yes, I live right there.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah. 4 songs.
4 songs out.
Yay.
More to come. Allegra music. Check it out. That's my little plug.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Katie, do you want to tell us about your story now?
Yeah. I started singing in like church choir at like 4, I think. So singing since then, and even in my house, I feel like I probably was singing before then. I had Shania Twain, Dina Carter, Faith Hill growing up were like my top 3, my like trilogy of people I listened to. So 90s and 90s women.
I didn't even talk about any of my influences or anything, because my story's all over the place, and yours is very like, I'm like trying to think.
Well, I don't know, because I just put out an album, which I'll get to if I'm doing this chronologically, but like I've been doing press for that within the last year, so I'm like prepped with like every time people have interview questions, it's like, oh, where'd you get your start, what are your influences? So I'm just like thinking with that knowledge, I guess, is kind of where my brain's at. But grew up with Shania being the main one, but Dina Carter and Faith Hill as well. And my dad had like a mixed CD that just said women singing, and it was 90s country women. And so that's kind of like my influences. And I don't know, you said you started writing in like high school or something?
Yeah, I mean, I always wrote, obviously, but
okay. Yeah, because that's my thing is like I wrote songs in like 1st grade or something like that, because I thought I was gonna be in a band called like the Butterfly Girls with my friend.
Yeah, everyone was always like, Alex can sing, oh, we got to start a band for her, and like everyone always tried to. And then I remember that I actually did in middle school go to my choir director and was like, hey, I have this song, but I don't know how to put music to it. And so he kind of started to help me with that. And So I guess I always had been, but like the first time I was ever really like, oh my god, this is a song, like because they were like fun little like poppy little doodads, but they weren't like finished songs most of the time, and if they were, they really weren't lyrically strong. So
but the Butterfly Girls was like, we were gonna sing about animals and nature basically, and that was it. So I don't really count to sing that
about Halloween.
As my song
like,
already.
Everyone does Christmas. I'm gonna sing a Halloween band.
What was the song? There was a Hannah Montana song that I was like, we're gonna write. I think I was writing about like a hippo, and I was gonna basically write different lyrics but to the melody. And I was like, we're gonna get Hannah Montana's permission to have this, because I know you have to have permission.
I'm glad you knew that. I didn't fucking know that. I would have been like,
I can't just steal it from her, so we gotta ask permission because copyright.
Know what song it was?
No, I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like it was Nobody's Perfect or something like that.
Nobody's perfect.
It wasn't Best of Both Worlds. It was like a different one. It wasn't like
that one's so overdone. So overrated.
There's a guy at FGO House that sang that the other day. I was like, yes, I'm here for this. Anyways, I feel like what I count as starting songwriting was like 7th grade, though. I decided to start songwriting because Taylor Swift obviously was like, I kind of got into like pop music in elementary school, and then when I discovered Taylor Swift, I went back to listening to country because this was like debut and Fearless time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna play guitar and write songs like Taylor. So and then there was like a 7th grade English assignment that was to learn prefixes and suffixes and stuff. So we had to write a poem or a song or a rap or something like that to like talk about prefixes and suffixes and just like word parts. I think there's like I don't think there was the middle part of the word, whatever that is. I think it's just
root. Is that what?
Maybe
root?
I don't know.
We're not English majors.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna write a song, and that was like my first song was for an English assignment. So
that's so funny, especially because in college you did that a lot. You were like, oh, write a song, got you, like for projects.
Yeah,
like no,
but yeah, it was called "This Is the Day."
I'm glad that you remembered it.
It was very interesting
because I don't remember mine, and I sang that for years, so I should have known mine. But
I'm trying to think. I have it in a notebook somewhere because I like went through. I had like a TikTok series. I'm like, I'm just gonna like show you guys these old songs.
I should do that honestly, because I keep a box full of just random notes because I always get inspiration in the worst times. So I like will be sitting at my desk and like write it on a Post-it note and then like stick it in my bag, and then I just have like collect a box of like all the stuff.
I think I don't remember. There was like a line of like micro means little, like talking about microphone or something. Or like, it was like use a hairbrush as a microphone and micro means little, so I never get that. It's like, why is it microphone? How does that make sense with the sense of like micro means little?
Because it's a little phone.
You're supposed to
it's a little
You're supposed to like, I guess, define the prefixes and suffixes or something in the project. So that's what I did. But yeah, that's what I consider my first song, and kind of just was writing from then. And then in high school, I think was when I did my first like performance outside of doing choir and orchestra and stuff, like by myself at like a fair. So kind of started doing a little bit of performing, really just the talent contests at the fairs, and that was about it. So like 1 or 2 times a year. But,
this is very weird to like be interviewing you.
Yeah,
I know. I also know all of this because we did this at camp when we first met.
Right.
So, like,
yeah,
I know her too well.
It feels weird. Yes, but yeah, I sang my first public performance was "Ours" by Taylor Swift, so that was fun. A lot of firsts with Taylor. My first song I learned on guitar. Not our song, ours.
That's not that. Yeah, I was like, that's not it.
First song I learned on guitar was "You Belong with Me," so all the Swiftie things, it's fine. I had like the piano, vocal, guitar book for Fearless when I got my guitar.
I still have that stuff.
Used that to learn. That's how I learned. Taught myself was like using those books.
Yeah,
and then like Googling like on Ultimate Guitar, I guess, and.
No,
literally I would print out pages of that.
If so my mom saw that I wanted to do something, it was like, okay, you're going to take lessons in it kind of a thing, and you're going to get like classically trained. Like that was what I grew up with.
I did not. Yeah, I taught myself. I didn't teach people. I taught kids vocal lessons, but I never had them myself and never taught them guitar because I was like, I don't think I'm good enough to teach others. But
yeah,
I did teach vocal lessons for kids.
I know. I probably could if I wanted to, but
yeah. Let's see where we went to Belmont, music business, emphasis business, fun times.
I also got a business degree.
And then, yeah, I guess kind of started getting into the community after graduating. Not really too much before graduating. I feel like kind of waited till after to start like playing rounds and stuff.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah, I think there was like a couple things prior to graduation.
My problem was that I got really that's fair. I got really into the community during college and then didn't really spend as much time on campus then and was like out doing a lot more. For good and bad, but
yeah, which we'll talk about that when we get to talking college stuff, I guess. But where am I at? Oh, I guess first release music 2021 February, and then mine was in the summer. I did like 2 singles leading into an EP called Sunsets and Fireworks, and that was my first project. And then all of 2023, I did 5 singles leading into a 10-song album. So that's called Runaway Heart, and that's out everywhere. And I guess that kind of gets us up to speed with both of us there. Yeah. So,
and that's us. I'm calling this year my fuck it year. Everyone knows that. That's why my hair is purple at the moment. And okay. So this is my fuck it year. my computer sound is on apparently. This is my fuck it year. So I am like, if I want to do like, and I mean that in a, I want it that's not hurting anyone else. I want to do it because I want to have fun with my life and I want to be very productive this year, but in a not setting boundaries on myself. I just want to do stuff. Like there is literally nothing holding me back but me a lot of times, and I'm trying to get out of my own way. So I was very thankful that you were all on board with this podcast idea. And I'm very excited to keep going with it. And I mean, we've done 1 episode. And I will say it's better that Katie's with me because then I actually will be productive about it. Because I almost did this by myself if no one wanted to, when Sam was like, nah. And I was like, oh, maybe Katie won't want to do it anymore. But I know me and I really try to be consistent about stuff. But I am not that I'm bad at being consistent because of anything. I'm just like, I when I start doing these kinds of things, overbook myself. To the point where then I am so drained and I don't have time.
What do you call it? Burnout.
Yeah, I burn out really fast, which I'm working on with my therapist right now. But if you want to know more about us, once we get this posted, I'll probably put up a little sticker thing on our Instagram and stuff. Always communicate with us on Instagram. If you guys have ideas for what you want to know about the independent music scene, specifically in Nashville, just because we live in Nashville.
Right.
But I mean, she's from South Dakota.
Oh,
I'm from Pennsylvania. And so we both kind of have our own stories from home as well. And what the different landscapes are like. And yeah, thank you so much for doing this.
So yeah, of course. I'm excited to see how this goes. Yeah, but I think we want it to be kind of also collaborative with listeners as well. Of like you just said, like any ideas of like things you want us to talk about, but also like maybe do a write-in thing of just if we talk about something and you have thoughts back,
for sure,
you can like comment below on our YouTube or send
an email. I forgot we're doing this for YouTube. That's why we're recording face to face.
Yeah, but also we could do like email write-ins and like read them, and they could be anonymous, or if you want your name, I feel like anonymous is probably best.
Yeah, I think some anonymous things because that makes
it more of a safe space,
and there's less pressure. We want this to be a safe space for people to ask the questions that a lot of times people, specifically musicians, want to go on to like Facebook groups and all this stuff and just connect with people, and that just seems so impersonal, and I feel like this is more of a like personal way to reach out to people. And like I said, not even just like people that are in the industry, just like fans and music lovers. Like I want this to be just such a not over the top podcast with how much information we provide, but just like a safe music learning space, and not something that's so formatted and formal. And I like just for everyone to enjoy music related content.
Yes.
And we'll have some guests eventually. Yeah, we definitely have friends that already want to be on the podcast with us. So get some extra perspectives on the industry. But definitely for the first couple episodes, it'll be me and Katie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we get things rolling.
Thank you so much, everybody. Yes. And we will see you. How often do we want to do this?
I think the plan is like every other week, I think, for now.
And so that, especially because I'm also in a musical at the moment.
Yes, and you're getting back into your theater.
I'm getting back into theater right now, which is very exciting. Yes. But rehearsals are kicking my butt right now. And so for the time being, every other week. And then we're hopefully going to move to every week.
Are we doing our first episode with the intro episode at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. So there'll be another episode for y'all, like, same day as this one's out.
Yes.
But then it will start being like every other week.
And no, we are not wearing the same outfits. Who would do that?
Oh, yeah. Didn't even think about that. It's fine.
Okay. We're fine.
It's fine.
But yeah. So stay tuned. Let us know.
We have socials. So I guess you could follow us at the Music Lens Podcast on everything except for Instagram. As of right now, has like the little underscores.
Yeah, we're the underscore music underscore lens underscore podcast.
Like where spaces would be, because we messed that up. Hopefully we'll get it changed to be the same as the others eventually. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. See you guys next time on the Music Lens
Thanks
Podcast.
for listening.
Thank you.